Today I'm going to show you something you probably never imagined you would see. What it was to end an entire decade, the 1980s, and even more so in another country, Argentina. You will start by showing you what it was like to celebrate Christmas Eve at my parents' house, followed by what it was like to celebrate in a friend's in a other relative's house. So we're gonna be all over the place, all the way to New Year's Day. Enjoy. So what we have here is a Christmas Eve gathering of many family members. What you can see here are my various cousins, my grandparents who are seated at the table. This was in the year 1989. And you will notice that there is no audio, that you are not able to hear anything. And the reason for that is that the radio was turned on loud and you could hear a bunch of copyrighted music.
Feliz Navidad a todos nuestros amigos desde esta familia amiga de todos, aquí en Mótica.
I let the previous portion play a bit because it was just the music had stopped and the radio was just commenting. You will also notice that the commentary was in Spanish because this was 1989 Christmas Eve in a country called Argentina, which is where most of my parents' family is from. And so that is actually our parents' house there. And so I thought you would be interested in seeing what life was like back then. And that's me, by the way, playing with the puppet on the floor. I was, I believe, 2 years old, maybe a little bit more. And that's my cousin right there. And yeah, this is going to be a long segment with more copyrighted music. And as you know, YouTube is very strict about that. They have a very sophisticated system. And by the way, those are both of my grandmothers. That would be my father's mother, and that's my mother's mother. Yeah, that was the last time I would see her because after that, she would pass away, and that's the stepdaughter or something of my father's mother. But yes, as I was saying, YouTube is very strict about copyrighted music. They have very sophisticated ways to detect melodies. That's my mom's father. And so they'll demonetize your videos. They won't hesitate to do that. So yeah, it's a very long sequence. And what we're eating there, we have some of the pan dulce, which is basically a panettone. It's a tradition to eat that for Christmas, as well as nougat, turron. A lot of various alcoholic, beverages like cider, and there's a 7-Up. Yeah, back then it would come in a glass bottle because in Argentina, even as late as early 2000s, even nowadays, they use glass bottles that are that you can recycle, that you can return for your deposit, and it's cheaper that way. It's kind of cool. I always saw the 7-Up bottles and the Coke bottles, the glass ones stacked up in the backyard. It was always, it's just something that you don't see in America, actually. Bottles are just made of plastic. That's my mom over there. That's one of my uncles playing with the puppet. That's me with my cousin. Or actually both of my cousins. That's my aunt. Let me see. Yeah, that's my her mom. So yeah, so that was December 24th, 1989 slash December 25th, and we were saying goodbye to well, not yet, but like we were a week from. This was the final week of the decade. The 80s. So I was playing, with those toys on the floor. Apparently, because also another tradition is to open gifts at midnight. So apparently it's already Christmas Day, past midnight. Yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's my cousin right there. I can't play the original sound because of the music being copyrighted here. And yeah, the panettone is really good, by the way. I mean, I love it. Um, yeah, that's my grandfather over there, my mom's father. I think that's the sister. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of laughter. It's really hard to make out the sounds anyway because mainly the radio is playing and it's really loud, and that's the problem. It's copyright music. At some point, I think they started some fireworks. It's a big tradition, more so than in America and the U.S. to do fireworks for not only New Year's Eve but also for Christmas Eve as well. And these are like very powerful fireworks. I mean, we're talking like stuff that is probably not legal in most places. And yeah, I was 4 years old, 5 years old, and I was already playing with that. Believe it or not, right? Yeah, very dangerous stuff. But that was life back then, and things have changed a lot. I mean, we're talking 34 years ago. Things have changed so much. I mean, the economic situation in this country has gotten so much worse. There's a lot of crime. It's not safe at all. I mean, when I was 6, I mean, I was 2 in that, but when I was 6, I had no problem playing on the streets in the neighborhood. But nowadays, literally, you will get robbed, like, yeah, in a very dangerous way. Anyway, so that's my brother with the older cousin and my grandfather together, and my grandma over there standing against the wall. Actually, my aunt, yeah, the aunt. Yeah, the door's open, and yeah, that was my parents' house. They changed it a lot since then. So yeah, we had different kinds of music. I mean, it was a radio station. The first song it was a Brazil, the samba, which I believe it's a style, it's a genre from Brazil. Followed by, I believe it was the Beatles and some other music from the 80s, and Rolling Stones, I believe, was playing there too in the radio in the background. That was pretty much what you could hear in the video. Really, not much else could be discerned. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably remix this and separate out the individual audio tracks, but honestly, I don't really have that kind of setup. I mean, really, uh, editing video has so many technological obstacles. So, I do my best. And let's see how much is left of this. They see this is where they're laughing. I really don't know what they're saying. My grandmothers. But yeah, they're having a very good time. It was a good time to live in Argentina because things were better. Esto fue grabado el 25 de diciembre de 1989, después de una gran farra. Los dos están durmiendo. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. And yes, you will now see my brother making friends for the first time in Argentina. Hoy es 30 de diciembre y Brian se acercó al frente a conversar con esos nenes. Está Brian con los nenes. That wasn't enough. This is New Year's Eve / New Year's Day at one of my uncle's house. A very nice house with a big backyard. Check it out.
¿Llegamos o no?
Sí.
¿Cuándo sale la foto?
Esto fue filmado el 1 de enero de 1989.
Yo voy a hacer un giro. Dos pasitos.
Gira el...
¿Ya está sacando, macho?
Sí.
Don Gómez, ¿cómo anda, Don Gómez?
Bien. ¿Ya está sacando?
Sí.
Cuando diga ay, que ya puse aquí.
¿Quién agarró las copas?
Pero quedamos la copa vacía.
Después las sacamos.
Hay que llenarla.
Sí, está. Ya está gastado el tanto salir.
Miren esos dedos, la cancha que tiene para destapar, ¿eh?
Esto es muy bueno.
Hilo. ¿Dónde habrá hilo?
No vio nada yo.
Pero
Luján como siempre alegre, Luján. La pudú. ¿Dónde está la pudú? Bueno, a ver la pudú.
Venga.
Pudú.
Sonrisa.
Sonrisa.
Hoy la ganaste dormida.
Diga, cheese.
Tenemos un ambiente. A ver, te quedan los postizos ahí.
Una vez...
Toda
Mira si te tragabas el corcho.
Ve partiendo. Sí, sí. Porque yo digo...
Sí, pero nosotros lo queremos. Sí, ponemos ahí feo y dice, este es un grupo, acá no salió.
Y vos, Gabriel, siempre el que filma nunca lo filma.
Te toca, nunca baila.
Decime cuál es, así vos salís con Susana y el arbolito, ¿no?
Así como está.
Así como está.
Los señores en estos momentos proceden al brindis. El tratamiento importa, señores, me han cruzado los brazos.
Sí, y vos para poner la mano en el bolsillo.
Mirá Miami.
Mira para allá con la costilla. A la comida.
Ahora sí. Toma, Gabriel. Espero que haya salido bien.
Sacate y brinda vos, dale, si te saco.
Allá me lo acabo.
Ahora sí, Juan. Juan. Fue un choque muy grave ese.
Esta necesidad de ellos de poner la carga de la fila.
Abajo.
Y adentro.
If you enjoyed this video, and more will be coming soon, I'll be showing you more of the life in Argentina and the back and forth we did between the two countries, the US as well. And as always, keep watching, share with your friends, subscribe, and keep watching The Sean Mix. I'll be seeing you at The Sean Mix.